What's up, guys? It's your boy Nick Ehrlich, and I'm just wrapping up work for the day, and I wanted to shoot a quick video, and I wanted to apologize to you guys as well. Now, a couple of you pointed out that yesterday was Q&A Wednesday, and I did not answer a question. So I was so quick yesterday that I wanted to throw up that nutrition video that I shot, and if you didn't see it, I'll put a link for it in the description here. That I completely forgot to answer questions yesterday. So I apologize to you for that, and thank you guys who pointed that out to me. So to make it up to you, tomorrow I'm going to answer not one, not two, but 3 of your questions. We're going to do a special Q&A Friday. I'm going to answer 3 questions to make up for not answering 1 question yesterday. Even though I sent you a pretty sweet video yesterday, I'm still going to make it right because I am a man of my word. So tomorrow, 3 questions. I have 3 picked out, but if you still want to send them in, do it, because if it's a better one, I'll bump one of those and I'll drop yours in. No questions asked. But tonight, I wanted to talk to you a little bit about sleep, okay? One of the first videos we posted on this channel was about sleep, and I wanted to get a little more into why that's important and how you can get better sleep every single night. Now, when you work out, when you train, you are creating tiny little tears in your muscle fiber that when you sleep, rebuild themselves and repair themselves to grow thicker and stronger. That's how muscles grow, okay? But if you're not getting the 7.5 to 8.5 hours of sleep that every single human being needs, every single human being needs 7.5 to 8.5 hours of sleep every night in order to get the most out of their sleep. If you're not getting that, your body is never really repairing itself to its maximum potential, okay? People who are figure athletes, physique athletes, professional athletes, these people really know that if they're not getting their sleep, their bodies break down faster, they're more prone to injury, and they're not looking the way they want to look or the way they could look if they were getting the right amount of sleep. So a lot of people say that it's harder for them to go to bed earlier. So a couple things that I like to do, a couple practices that I engage in to get to bed at the right time so I can get the amount of sleep that I need is number 1, about an hour before I want to get in bed, I make sure I shut down all of my screens. I'm away from my computer. I'm not answering emails on my phone. I stay off of that stuff, and I try to wind down without the blue screen thing coming at me. My body that way can kind of lock into a more natural rhythm and start to get tired, start to get ready for bed. It also lets me mentally unplug a little bit from all the work that I'm engaged in when I'm sitting at my computer or have my phone in my hand or have my laptop on my lap. I get to not do that for a little bit and just focus on winding down. The second thing I like to do is I have a pre-bed ritual where in that hour before I want to get in bed, I'll have a cup of tea, relax with my wife, focus on winding down a little bit and not being super preoccupied with all these tasks that I'm working on. So that way, again, I have a rhythm, it helps me wind down, and it helps me get towards getting to bed at an earlier time, okay? Another thing you can do is turn off the notifications on your cell phone about an hour before you want to get in bed, all right? Put on your do not disturb setting to stop beeping with texts, beeping with emails, or ringing when you get phone calls around half an hour before you're going to go to bed. That way you're not suddenly distracted or suddenly occupied with a work email or a work text that you're not going to answer in the best capacity anyway. Save that for tomorrow and go to bed at an earlier time. Now, the last thing I like to do is I always make sure I have 2 things next to my bed aside from a glass of water and a couple dumbbells in case I wake up in the middle of the night and want to get a quick pump. Okay, 1 is a book. I always have a book that I'm working on. I just finished Hop on Pop. I just finished Oh, the Places You'll Go. I was going to start on Goodnight Moon, but there's some words in there that I'm not sure about, but that's in the stack that I'm going to start. So always have a book next to your bed that you can read to wind down. And 2, I always have a pad of paper and a pen. Sometimes when you've had a crazy day, you've got all this stuff up in your mind, you just can't put it to rest. So sometimes I find that it's helpful to have something there to just grab, get all your thoughts down on a piece of paper, and then kind of make the agreement with yourself that you're going to take those concerns, put them on that pad, get to them the next day, but give yourself the break for the next 7.5 to 8.5 hours to get the sleep that you need. Rip Van Winkle slept for a ton of years. Everyone remembers that story, but not a lot of people remember that when Rip Van Winkle woke up, he actually won 6 Olympias in a row because his body was incredible after sleeping that long. No one tells you that because the politics of the sport, they don't want you to know that. But I digress. Put that stuff into play, start getting more sleep, start burning more fat and building more muscle while you're sleeping by giving your body the adequate amount of time to do so. So go to bed. We'll see you tomorrow for Q&A Friday with 3 questions. Oh my God, it's so exciting. Now I'm going to be too excited to go to sleep. Have a good night. Thanks for joining the revolution. We'll see you right back here.